Hey everyone, welcome to a really special holiday video that we're bringing to you today. It is all about Halloween, isn't it, Andy?
It is, and it's. I'm wearing a jacket today. It's getting chilly in Shanghai, so we're ready for Halloween.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a super special holiday. One, at least in the U.S., uh, we really celebrate. We kind of celebrate like the entire month leading up to it. Certainly more for like kids, but it's still a lot of fun. It's also my birthday. Was not supposed to be my birthday, but I actually was born late, so yeah, it's my birthday, and it's always been fun. You know, holiday birthdays are interesting. But yeah, I've embraced it, learned to have fun with it. And then I also have a little black cat. I adopt her in LA. She's a little black cat. She's a Manx, so she was born without a tail. She has a little like nub. Like she looks like a black version of Hello Kitty. I'm gonna grab her real quick.
Great. Yeah, this is for everybody out there. This is a wonderful cat. It has so much personality. So we've been thinking it's due time we introduce this beautiful cat to you guys.
Stink! Oh,
Eh,
yeah, she's my baby. I rescued you off of the streets of LA, didn't I? Yes, she's shy. She's like, I want to go back to my num nums. Um, so that's my baby. Ink also almost didn't make it. She was like really skinny, really thin when I rescued her, and but she made it.
Did we have
And
to take a while, or was it pretty easy?
so I got her. She was really thin, and then she threw up like on the way home. She threw up like a big piece of twine, and so I was like, "Oh, that's." So it took her 3 days. So I actually was kind of worried she wasn't going to make it because she wouldn't eat anything, and I was desperate. I was trying like wet food, dry food, treats,
Hmm.
tuna, like everything. And then one day I was just like, I don't know why it came into my mind, but I mixed milk from the fridge and wet food. Sounds really gross, but it worked. Like, and she just
Hmm.
like that's the only thing she would eat, and so I
Hmm.
she ended up being okay. So yeah, on the third day after trying like literally everything, she pulled through, and she's been great ever since. Um,
Amazing.
yeah, so we wanted to talk about in this video just some of our favorite Pokemon that kind of give us Halloween vibes. So
Hmm.
we have a couple that are, you know, that we just love. Yeah, they might be a little cliche, but we really like them. And they're Gengar and Ditto. So these are really cool little hollows that I've got. Um,
Hmm.
but that's the Chinese Gengar, which is like a classic, you know, if you were thinking
Yeah.
like a Halloween Pokemon. And then
Yeah.
Ditto. Andy, why do we like Ditto so much? We just love Ditto.
What I love about Ditto is like really can be really small. Here he's like filling the entire, art area. But it's just he's kind of so happily mischievous and changing into things and just kind of ha 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 ha, I tricked you kind of a guy. So I just think there's something really kind of, you know, loose and funny, and it's the kind of the comedic relief guy. So I've always liked it, and very formidable Pokemon. I mean, if
Yeah.
you can change into whatever is the strongest thing against your opponent, that's a really strong Pokemon.
Yeah, actually, yeah, for how like cute and endearing Ditto is, you're right, very formidable Pokemon. Also, because he can kind of change into anything, uh in our minds we were like, changing into like costumes, kind of very
Exactly.
Halloweeny, where you could kind of like morph and become whatever you wanted, kind of like how we get to dress up on Halloween as kids, like our favorite superheroes and stuff. So we thought these two were really cool. I pulled my hollows for this one. We've got some more to get into, but first, before we get into that, Andy, you recently went to Japan, didn't you? Tell us
I
about it.
did. I did. Well, I mean, every store I go to, they have signs on the wall. There are no Pokemon cards here in like five different languages. They're like, go away. Um, and I was walking. I was in Kobe, Japan, and I'm walking down this market street, and I see this label, and I'm like, no way. And this was it.
Very cool.
And this is the B-side um, the B-side label company,
Yeah.
and they have about six or seven of these stores in Japan, and there just happened to be one that I stumbled upon. And when I'm there, and I was thinking about us making our Halloween episode, I had to get our two favorite
Oh,
uh, Halloween Pokemon
the Ditto is
from
so
their
cute.
design company. So this company, B-side label, makes their own designs. These are their IP, and they actually are quite popular internationally. So when I was purchasing my Voltex binders from Pokecourt, this great store in New York City, I saw that they also had stickers, and I saw that they had these um, these B-side label stickers. So I bought for my wife the the Snorlax and things like that. So when I actually found the store, I went absolutely crazy. So it's something to check out online. If you're in Japan, go check it out. If you're in your favorite TCG store, check if they have these, because the quality is crazy amazing,
Yeah.
and they're just so beautifully made.
Yeah.
I love these stickers.
Yeah, totally agree. That's really cool. I love stuff like that. It's just a really fun way to continue to like collect, and they put just a little bit of their own spin to it, so it's
Right.
very similar to how different artists capture different Pokemon for like the artwork of the cards, which is really cool. So I love that, and it's like perfect to like stick on your like water bottle or something, which is a lot of fun. Um,
Exactly.
so we, like I mentioned before, we pulled some Halloween Pokemon cards that we're gonna share with you. First, starting with, and I just think this one is so cute, Tangela, which I mean, again, absolutely gives like Halloween vibes. I'll let that.
Anne-Marie, I was when I first got to know Tangela, it immediately I thought of pasta. And
Yeah.
then, because it's kind of not spooky, but it's a monster, whatever, I started thinking about when I was a kid, they would have the cold noodles, and then I would put my hand in to find something. And it was kind of this spooky haunted house thing. So I
Yeah.
always think of like Tangela, which is tung tung guài in
Hmm.
Chinese, vine vine monster. That it always reminds me of Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, I also think about these as like trick or treaters, right? Like
Right.
if somebody got really creative with their Halloween costumes, like I could totally see like a kid dressed up like that, or like these Pokemon themselves walking down the street trick or treating, because
Right.
like
Right.
they're a little bit weird. They look like they could be trick or treaters, like looking for. They look like they could be friends, honestly.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so yeah, super charming, super cute. Now, a
Yep.
little bit more on the intense and spooky side is we have Mewtwo. And this is where, we get more into the like the alien movie kind of vibes.
The ancient pre-historical like Pokemon thing. So I tell you, I went to the in Shibuya. I went to the official Pokemon store in Tokyo
Hmm.
about a year ago, and they have a huge Mewtwo like in glass kind
Oh,
of tube that's
wow.
that's larger than life. And it scared me like I was a 3-year-old kid in a haunted house or something. I was like, ah, like it really freaked me out. And I kind of went,
Uh-huh.
Um, and I've always felt like it reminds me of that. If I don't know if the younger generation are aware, but like there's a Marilyn Manson
Mm-hmm.
album where he has a picture on the front where he's like an alien or something, and it always kind of freaks me out that it's like Marilyn Manson or something, which I'm sure was not the idea of the designer of Mewtwo originally, before Marilyn Manson's time. But anyway, that it always kind of creeps me out,
Yeah.
Mewtwo. I don't know why.
Very
So
intense. Yeah.
if you guys have any comments below to tell us how I should change my opinion, I'm happy to hear what you have to say.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, we like what we like. We don't like what we don't like. We've also got. When I was like flipping through my cards, I was like, Muck, you got it. This looks like a classic, Hollywood
Hmm.
horror film
The blob
from.
that ate New York kind of thing.
Right, exactly. Like old school, like he could be like in a black and white Hollywood
Yep,
horror film that kind of feels a little cheesy now, but
yep.
at the time you knew like really scared people. But I was like, this is so Halloween.
I love it. I love it. He's
Yeah,
he's the purple blob. Uh, just it fits perfectly with Halloween.
yeah, love it. This one was really
His Chinese
interesting.
name is Chochoni, which means stinky mud.
Stinky Mud. Yeah, so not only is he kind of big and a big blob, he's also stinky. Next, we've got Cacturne, which I thought like between the green, the neon green, the black, the I just found this card so interesting. Definitely gave me Halloween vibes, almost like a little bit like Nightmare Before Christmas kind of vibes when I was like looking
Right.
at this.
Totally, like kind of a Tim Burton feel. And
Yeah,
I also kind of get a scarecrow kind of thing with
yeah,
the hat and the Wizard of Oziness from it
yeah,
too.
yeah. Love it.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
dead on. I totally agree. This is very much like a new Pokemon for me. Like, through rediscovering Pokemon, through Chinese Pokemon cards, I had never seen this before. So, yeah, it was really striking when I looked at it. I was like, okay, yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah,
Hmm,
again, I could see this one being like a teenage trick or treater walking down the street.
exactly.
Um, all right, let's see. So next we've got Haunter, which between the name, right, and the look, and specifically the artwork on this card, I was like, that is super Halloween.
Yeah,
Looks like he's in a haunted mansion that would
yeah.
scare you, or like Bowser's castle in Mario, like Mario Party,
Right,
Mario Kart, Super Mario, that kind of
right.
thing. um but yeah, look at that. I
His
love
Chinese
the
name
artwork.
is Guisitong, and it
Yeah,
means ghost stone. So
yeah,
I was think that's a pretty cool, cool name in
yeah.
Chinese.
And the reverse hollow of it all, I was like, oh, that's like so Halloween. I love it.
It's really great.
Next, we've talked about this, how like sometimes you come across Pokemon, you're like, oh, was this kind of like a throwaway, or was this where they ran out of
Jump
ideas?
start. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but for this purpose of Halloween, this one's a really good one.
Yep.
And it's
Chandelure.
Chandelure, and this is also a hollow, which is pretty cool. It's got a cool effect. But
I mean,
yeah,
it's crystal lamp fire spirit, is the Chinese meaning. And what I find very interesting is when I'm playing the Violet game, I'll be like in the grass out there, and there's the Chandelure, and I'm like, the Chandelure has to be like a way that it blends in with the environment and surprises you. It's the least camouflage Pokemon in the middle of a grass field.
yeah,
And the other thing I was thinking about when we were talking about Chandelure was there's really, outside of caves and some other things, there's really no indoor battles or things where they somehow come on you in Violet. So if that was part of a past game, please tell us. I'd love to go look that up. And I know that with the new game that just came out like a week ago, or now it's coming out like last week or this week, the new Pokemon Switch 2 game.
Hmm.
It'll be interesting to see if there's any indoor stuff going on with battles. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, when I was looking at this, I was like, I couldn't see myself coming across Chandelure and, um, like it out in the wild, but like maybe this doesn't happen in the games, but like an abandoned building or a haunted building, like 100%,
Right,
this guy would be hanging
right.
out there. Um,
Yeah.
so next we've got Mismagius, which so cool. Obviously like a newer Pokemon, but looks like a classic Halloween character.
You're such a fashion plate. I mean, she's so
Yeah,
goth. She does it
yeah,
perfectly.
yeah. Definitely looks like a witch, like a cross between a like a black cat and a witch,
Yeah.
and looks like it like going through like the haunted woods of Snow White kind of thing. That's where she hangs out, and
There's the there's the Cure song in the forest, and Robert
yeah,
Smith of the Cure singing about the lady in the forest he's looking for. I think this is who he was looking for.
yeah. Yeah, this is like really cool. This also kind of looks like a trick or treater, or this reminded me of Hocus Pocus, like the witches in Hocus Pocus for some reason. But yeah, absolutely gives us like Halloween vibes, which is really
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Next we've got uh, I'm not gonna say this right.
Well, this is the thing is that you can pronounce things differently. So is it Mawile or
Yeah,
Mawile or Mawile or whatever? We're not really sure. But boy, is it simple in Chinese. It's
yeah,
called Big Mouth Doll.
big mouth
That's what we
doll.
want. It's so that you have the doll and it's got this big uh, little shop of horrors kind of you
Yeah.
know uh, plant that's going to eat you on top of it with the big mouth. So this is one of those kind of really interesting things where I think the Japanese, the Chinese, and the English, and the German and Italian, whatever, Thai are going to be very different. So when we talk about the language in more detail, I think this will be a character we'll get into.
Yeah, and out of all, it's funny that Mewtwo creeps you out. Out of all of them, this one creeps me out a little bit. It's like
Right.
really an interesting concept of like this, like, I don't know, monster mouth as like hair or a hat or something on top of it. And it being a
Right.
doll, I was like, oh, I don't know. Uh, And then last is Noi. I think it's Noibat, which
Mhm.
it's a bat. It's purple. It's like flying through the city here, and yeah, just I not only did I think it was cute, I was like, oh, that's like that looks like it's flying through Halloween's like Halloween night over
Yeah,
the trick or treaters.
it's Zhao, which is noisy bat in Chinese. And when I look at it, I get a Batman
Yeah,
with because Prince did the soundtrack for one of the first Batman movies.
yeah,
So with the purple and the bat and everything else, I like when I see this, I start hearing like the Prince soundtrack to the Batman movie. It
totally.
really, how more Halloween can you get than that, right?
Yeah, yeah. So these were there's a summary of our cards, but Andy, tell us a little bit more about. You just went to Japan over the past weekend. You came across, you got to go to a really cool concert. Tell us about it.
So yeah, so the same trip just recently that I saw the B-side label company and got into that and was told that no Pokemon cards are available in Japan. I went to a an amazing rock and roll band's concert. The band is Foo Fighters,
Very
and you can
cool.
see here they did a tour of Japan and Jakarta and Singapore.
So
So it's
cool.
Jakarta, Singapore, and then Japan. And I saw them in Kobe, Osaka area. And the reason why I want to show this to you guys, in particular, on Snake Pit Collectible, is the shirt I bought, the front of the shirt, which is this.
So cool. That that is awesome. Like we are fangirling so hard over this shirt. It is perfect for us. We thought it was so appropriate. It's awesome.
This is the year of the snake.
Yeah.
Amory and I are year of the snake.
Yep.
It has the 2025 on it. The snake, Foo Fighters. I'll just say, as an advertisement for the Foo Fighters, if you can see them go. The energy was great. The band was great. The new drummer's great. It was just a wonderful show. So if you need to give yourself a present, go see the Foo Fighters.
Oh, I totally agree. That's awesome. And then also in line with Halloween, we're kind of bouncing around here, but we just wanted to talk about all the things that make us like that we're just like fans of right now. So I used to do this. I used to do like really crazy makeup. So for those of you who don't know, I used to stream on Twitch. I used to do gaming, cooking, and like theatrical kind of looking makeup. Um, so we'll put some like interesting looks up on the screen. But any one of these would take like 2 to 3 hours, and I would just sit and stream and hang out with my followers and have a good time. And it was during the like the pandemic, so it was an odd time for all of us. We were all kind of cooped up inside, so we were kind of creating our own like online communities in a way. So got to explore my creative side with that. I never knew what I never had like starting out with a look, never had an end vision. So it was always kind of like a journey, and then somehow I would always know when I had arrived, when I was done with a look. So it was a really good practice in creativity. And then so out of like all the costumes that you've dressed up as, what are some memorable ones, Andy, that you've dressed up with?
Yeah, I mean, you're amazing at doing face makeup and things like this, and I'm not. So I went online and bought a Pikachu full body suit,
Yeah.
and it arrived at my door, and it was this huge box. It was literally like, you know, half of my size and that much width. So I opened it up, and the point is, it had the Pikachu head that didn't like open up. It was just you got the head and then the bodysuit part. So the bodysuit part fit, but it was a box for the head. So I'm on my balcony and I'm trying it on, having fun with it. And then when it was all over, I was like, this almost seems too lazy because now people can get costumes and they can just mail them in. I always wanted to be Pikachu's when I was younger. I mean, I was still very old, but when I was younger, old, uh, Pikachu is really the character that attracted me to Pokemon originally many years ago. So I wanted to be Pikachu. It was always kind of a dream to go to a dress up party, Halloweeny kind of thing as Pikachu. But I thought I would be more clever than that. So what I did is I had a friend who was going to this party and she was doing some makeup for people. I have to be honest, she doesn't have your level, Anne-Marie, but she was a makeup artist. And I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to invent something new, which is called 2-for-1 costume. And what does that mean? It means I have an outer costume, but like a Russian doll, when you open it up, there's another costume inside.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, Ace Frehley of Kiss.
Yeah.
Why?
Why
I don't
not?
know. It just was there.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm going to be Ace Frehley from Kiss. Now, he just passed away like a week ago. So I hope you're okay in heaven, Ace. But I wanted to be Ace. And so the makeup lady made me look like Ace, everything else like this. And I kind of hid it from most people. And then when the party started, I put over my Ace clothes, I put my yellow suit, put on my head, and I walked out into the party. I learned that everybody wants to hit a mascot or a person dressed up like this. Like I'm
Aww.
walking, people are just punching me. Like people just want to hit it and hitting the head, and I'm like, ah. So I was trying to be Pikachu as long as possible, and certain people were coming up to me saying, "Can I dance with you? I've always wanted to dance with Pikachu." And I'm like, "This is weird and kind of creepy." And so then I started to sweat a lot.
Oh, yeah,
And I
they're really
realized that if
hot.
I don't get out of that thing, I'm going to lose all this makeup. So
Yeah.
I took off the top, surprised everybody that inside, I did it on stage. We had a little stage thing for this content. It was a charity event. We were trying
Nice.
to raise money for heart surgeries for children from very poor areas in China. And I was finally like, I got to get out of this. I did this, and I was sweating a little bit. But I realized I had to get Pikachu back in his Pokeball. So
Oh,
I took a sword from a knight who was at the party, and I stabbed, though, just so he would faint,
yeah.
just so he would go back to his ball. But I ended my Pikachu costume experience forever because
Mm-hmm.
it was so weird. So when I look at like sports fields where the mascots running around and stuff, they always just want to be hitting them and stuff. So I don't advise you to be a mascot or dress up like a character like that with the big head because it just begs people to hit you.
Oh,
But anyway, it was very fun, and I
yeah.
actually I've influenced a few people. A few people have actually done the 2-in-1
Nice.
where
Yeah.
they were actually two characters. So it was a lot of fun. But that was my favorite costume experience, especially involving Pokemon.
I love it. That's awesome. I think like one of my favorites was it was a couple years ago. I was Mothman, and dressed up. I had like glowing eyes and stuff, and it was fun. It like the people who like know about the movie and stuff were like, oh, I see you kind of thing. But this year I'm just gonna be a skeleton. I'm gonna be a classic skeleton and just hang out and chill and stuff. So, yeah, we hope that you end up having like a really good Halloween. Whatever it
Right.
is you choose to do, whether it's to hang out inside, hand out candy, or celebrate with friends. We hope you have a great one. We hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit different, but yeah, let us know down in the comments what your favorite Pokemon are when you think about Halloween. Oh, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Um, and yeah, again, have a safe and happy and celebratory Halloween this Friday and weekend. And we'll catch you in the next episode.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.